Well done, Pete. Back at the Belmont, Fortress Belmont, eh?
Yeah, it's nice to be back.
It is, isn't it?
It's nice to be back in familiar surroundings.
Yeah.
And, we've got half decent ground as well, and yeah, it's I said today the season starts for me now. We've chopped and changing, but it was nice to be back, and and I'm pleased that we got out of that running sequence of losses.
Yeah, certainly have. And to be honest, they didn't really threaten too much today. They had the one chance in the first half. Young Marvin cleared off the line. Having said that, he missed a sitter, didn't he?
Yeah. I think with Marvin's a fullback, and because of the situation we're in at the moment, the problem we have at the moment is all to do with, got the two forwards, we're both sitting on the bench injured today, Gary Mickleborough and Keelan Mooney, they were the two that, when you set your team out at the start of the season who you think is going to play, they were my two forwards, and they're both out injured. Yeah. Gary we knew was going to be out injured. Keelan's picked out shin splints, and quite honestly, it ain't a day's thing; it's a week's thing, and we're trying to look at different options to try and get him back as quickly as possible. But today we had to look at Dan Whisker up front and Simo, and in fairness to Simo's really a right side midfield player. Marvin's really a right back, and we're having to play like Simo up front and Marvin right wing, really, because we haven't got the forwards right. And it's frustrating, I can say I've made half a dozen phone calls over the last couple of weeks, if not more, to centre forwards, but trying to get a centre forward at this stage of the season, when they're just all in their pre-season, everyone's getting regular games because they're getting 45 minutes out, 90 minutes here and there. It's hard to persuade players to come away, but I think we're still in the hunt for forward, because I think both of the two forwards we signed are very much part of our plans, but I think they're going to be missing for the opening games. Just
how it is, isn't it? But it's weird how these words of yours come back in a way to vindicate you, because you said to me last week that PK is not a midfielder, and today, well, dear oh dear, what a game again. I mean, he didn't miss a header, did he? All right, I know he put one in his own net, but that was miscommunication from the keeper, I think, more than anything else.
I said last season when PK was with me at Maidstone, he was as good as centre half as any in the Ryman.
Oh, he's great, isn't he?
And to come at this level, he's immense.
He won everything. There wasn't a ball he didn't win.
But we don't. And people see that sometimes the bad side of him. I love him in every team that he was my first signing here, because I think he vindicates everything, that the heart and passion of the game. Sometimes he crosses over the line, but a centre half he's much more composed.
Oh, completely different player today. Completely different.
Getting the aggravation of some of the needless things that he gets involved in, and and I thought him and Pete Hawkins look good, but. Even on the centre half stage, we've got Stephen Lloyd there as well. We've got Louis Smith. Louis got injured on Thursday. He's now away for a week on holiday. PK come off injured today. Peter Hawkins come off injured today. So as I stand at the moment, from having 5 centre halves, Sam Denley, who we invited back, Sam got injured on Thursday and picked up the phone to me last night and said, look, I've got to pack this in. I mean, my legs won't last anymore. So we felt we was covering that position. Now as I stand here right this moment, I've got 1 centre half out of 6. And I've never known a pre-season that has been so interrupted with injuries and people absent and whatever. It's just been an absolute nightmare. I think people can look at the results and say, well, what the hell's going on there? But I just know that when we get the boys out, today we started as strong as we could, and I thought we looked solid, and I haven't got any worries when I get the boys back, but it's just getting 2 weeks away from the season now, and you just wonder how many are going to be missing the first couple of games, which is the worry that I've got.
Yeah, I think when we had the committee meeting the other night, and your words were, judge me on my strongest side. And obviously at the moment you've not been able to do that. You can't put your strongest side out, can you?
We had 4 missing today, which is the best it's been. We've had 6s, 7s, 9s missing. But I'm sure other clubs are in similar situations, but ours aren't just where they've been away for a week. We've got players out on longer terms.
The positive thing though, Peter, is it's given a couple of these young lads a chance to shine, hasn't it?
You've got to look for the positives. And the Marvins and James Simmons, they're a big part of this squad now. They're not a big part, just squeezed in. We've had to throw them at it, and they've taken their chance. And so if it was a league game today, both of them would have started. And I've got that much confidence in them. I'm even playing them out of position, So, but we signed Matt Martin today. He's 17 years old, come up through the youth section. Still can play under 18 football. He wouldn't have got his chance if all the forwards wasn't out. And I think Matt's got a lot of talent, and it's a local boy that we brought through. Dean Elliott again, he's 18. You know, all these boys under normal circumstances, you know, we probably wouldn't even known about them. They'd be playing in the reserves if, you know, we probably think, you know, they look quite promising. We can see what they can do at this level. So there are some positives.
Yeah.
But you know, I've said in the dressing room today, we've got two Roman Premier clubs now, Tuesday and Saturday, Horsham and Margate, which will obviously be tough games. We're not going to make substitutions for the sake of it now. We're going out as strong as we can. We will replace players if they're injured or they look like they need a rest. But from now on in, we take squads of 16s, not like the 18s and that we've had.
Oh, that's right.
And we just got to get, you know, we've got to knuckle down and play the strongest team that we can. Although we know we're still going to have 4s and 5s away, but we've got to do the best we can.
Promising thing about the end of the game today, I know there was an issue with you with the substitutions. It's just unfortunate it had worked out that way. So we played 20-25 minutes with 10 men, but we finished the stronger. And another little incident I like you to dwell on just slightly was that the free kicks. Now, when James got fouled twice right on the edge of the box, I think the second one was a penalty, but notwithstanding that, we scored from it. But Peter Hawkins was standing alongside me, and I said, "Pete, get a message onto him. Tell him to drill the ball." Because the first one was just a lofted free kick and it was nothing.
I said afterwards, you know, I felt the second one was definitely a penalty.
Yeah.
The first one was borderline.
Borderline. It was, yeah.
You know, give them the benefit of the doubt. Yeah. But if you got, you know, you were less than 20 yards out,
you've got to hit the target. Absolutely.
And the one that went in from Dan Whisker took a deflection, but it's gone in because it's on target.
On target.
You know, and all this to me, trying to curl it around the ball 20 yards, just drill the bloody thing in.
Absolutely.
You know, and we pick the rebounds up.
Absolutely.
You know, nothing else.
Absolutely.
But yeah, you're right. We haven't worked on anything. You know, our schedule's been so intense that we haven't worked on set pieces, corners, and what it does do. On Tuesday we're home to Horsham. On Thursday we'll be working on the training field. We don't need any more fitness work now. No. The games are giving us that. We can start working on some patterns of play and free kicks and stuff like that. And that'll be the first really setup that we've had on it. Good.
Okay. Well, you finished with a smile on your face, which is good. I know it's been difficult for you. It's been a tough pre-season, but you know, in the grand scheme of things, pre-season is what it is. You know, we are where we are, as Gary always says. We just get on with it now.
Yeah, there's two ways of the pre-season. You play your strongest team all the way through, and you get a dozen players fit, or you mix it up like we've done. We looked at trialists. We've had some fines. You know, we've had 3 or 4 fines that have come through, and we're going to need those boys first couple of games of the season. So, you know, right or wrongly, we are where we are, as you say. But I'm confident with the squad that we've got, if we can get everybody back fit, then we'll be okay. But it's just been frustrating that I haven't been able to show that during the pre-season because we've had too many away.
Onward and upward, Tuesday Horsham and then Margate Saturday.
Yeah, it'll be good, and let's say it'll be a good 2 tests for us.
It will. Well done, mate.
Cheers.
Thank you.